Hello, my name is Richard Davidson, and this is a brief history of Krav Maga. Krav Maga is an Israeli combatives art. It was founded by Amy Lichtenfeld during the 1930s. Amy Lichtenfeld was a prolific boxer and wrestler. During the course of the war, though, Nazi militias attacked his neighborhoods, and him and other youths banded together to fight back. They realized that boxing and wrestling on their own were not the most efficient street fighting art. So he began searching from other arts, taking from karate, Japanese jiu-jitsu, and of course adding the boxing and the wrestling to make a more complete art. 1948, when Israel becomes a nation, he becomes the head of their defense forces combatives section and continues to develop Krav Maga. It prides itself in taking techniques that don't work and putting in new techniques. Over time it has adapted. A lot of the Japanese jiu-jitsu has been replaced by Brazilian jiu-jitsu. The way kicks have been taught from karate have sometimes been replaced by Muay Thai. It continues to develop. The next thing that we'll talk about is the thumbless grip, sometimes referred to as monkey pawing or plucking. But basically you're not using your thumb to get a controlled grip on the hands, so you don't have any bad habits, because the thumbs are a point of weakness. So when you go to open Superman shirt, you're pulling down using the thumbless grip, and you're going to try to keep the hands in place and control the hands so they can't hit you or strike you again or go back for your throat. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is goosenecking. It's a control method. It's used to keep people from shooting in on you or to limit their motion on what they can do for you. It's pretty simple. All you're doing is you're curving your arm and you're controlling their neck, and the goal is to get up underneath them and bring them down so you have their elbow locked out and their head. This has applications for, like, if you're going to use a knee or something like that, or elbow. It's very effective, and that's why. All right, now we're going to demonstrate the technique. This is my son Connor. He's going to be my assistant, and he's going to get to live the fantasy that most kids want to and choke their dad. So he's going to go for the choke. I'm going to use the thumbless grip. I'm going to bring his hands off me. I'm going to rip open Superman's shirt. And based on the level of violence that you want to get into, usually we teach the lowest level of force, but you could do something like go into the groin and then push away and separate and run away if you don't want to be aggressive. From that position, you could have hit them in the groin and then followed up with punches and strikes and got really violent. We teach it different levels. Okay, to recap, we talked about the brief history of Krav Maga. We talked about the thumbless grip, ripping open your shirt or opening Superman's shirt. We talked about goosenecking and controlling the neck and the body. And then we actually executed the technique to protect yourself from a front choke. The thing about self-defense is, and it's the mindset, it's about awareness. And the goal is to not have to fight if you don't have to. But if you do, you want to be able to use what force you need to, and then to get away. If it's one of those things where they want your wallet, your car, your phone, whatever it may be, give it to them. You only have one life. If they're not trying to take your life, there's no point in escalating the situation.